Hello, Canada, and welcome to CBC Sports Reacts, Canada's ultimate challenge. This is the first reaction show because you just finished watching episode 1 of the highly anticipated Canada's Ultimate Challenge, where competitors are taken across the country and they have to compete in some very scary obstacles. And the whole point is to avoid elimination, which, by the way, happens in a few weeks' time. And after every show, you're going to want to tune in to the reaction show. We get to talk to some of the competitors. That's going to happen today. And in episode 1, we were introduced to the athletes, we were introduced to the coaches, and they got right into it. But unfortunately for Team Clara, they did not get on the scoreboard.
You got this, Mitchell. Take a deep breath. Take your time. You've got all the time in the world.
As I'm going up, I realize everyone's already made it through the wall, and I'm the last one here. I'm feeling the pressure, I'm feeling the stress starting to weigh in, and I'm still struggling to just even get halfway up this wall.
And our first guest is Mitchell. My goodness, Mitchell, that was so hard to watch. I can only imagine what you went through, but take us through that first challenge.
Yeah, what happened at first is we're all lined up. We can see, we're all within the same group, the 6 of us starting, so we can see each other. We all take that first run at the wall. There were some people who within a second got over that wall, and then there's a few that kind of still took a little bit longer, and then as the time started to go on, within the first minute, I was like, oh, I'm alone here. I'm the only one still here. And then that kept going on for a little bit. I didn't want to give up, but it was tough.
How did you not break down knowing that you weren't going to make it over?
This was a new experience, so I really wanted to give everything I had to make sure that before I decided that I could not do this challenge, I needed to try every attempt, try every strategy. After a certain point, some of the other coaches were starting to give me some advice. Some of the other players were starting to give me advice. And I wanted to try every absolute last resource before I knew that this was something I couldn't do.
Yeah, so after struggling with that first challenge, you had a really nice moment with your coach, Clara Hughes. What was that like for you, just to hear those words of encouragement from her?
Yeah, so obviously that was the first day we had met Clara. So the team, we had gotten to know each other for a little bit, but that was day 1 with Clara, and that was maybe we had known each other for an hour or two. So seeing how much that she believed in me really meant the world. She obviously had told me that she knew who we were before we knew that she was going to be our coach. So she had expressed that she's been rooting for me before we even got to that first challenge. She really had the most support that I've ever felt before.
Mitchell, you're not letting anyone down, okay? This is the start. This is a journey we're on. It's many steps that are taken together, okay? And we regroup after this. We figure it out. We start again fresh every single day. Are you okay being done? And it's not quitting, okay?
Okay.
Great job, okay? Don't worry. It's okay. Don't worry.
I didn't want to go into this
Don't worry. It's okay. It's the first challenge. There's so many other challenges to come. It's not the only one. Don't worry. I don't want to see you like this. I don't want to see you like this. It's okay. It's okay.
Despite not earning any points, your team was very positive. They were very supportive. What was that like?
I think that's what the funny thing is even though we had known each other for about 3 days, we instantly connected. We instantly had some very deep conversations off camera before we even got to that first challenge location. So we already knew a lot of our strengths and weaknesses going into that competition, and just being able to know who they are as a person. Everyone on my team was so phenomenal, and I couldn't have asked for a better team, and they really did a great job pairing the teams. Everyone was just so amazing.
So you already lived the moment, but what was it like having to watch it back?
It was a little tough to watch, I'm not gonna lie, because obviously I have an image of what happened in my head, and then watching that unfold and in high definition it was a different experience where I'm actually getting to see that memory play back. It's like a core memory, as people would call it.
So what was your favorite part of being on the show?
The amount of growth that you get to see from all the athletes and all the competitors is absolutely phenomenal. I'm a huge people person and I love watching people grow. So that was my favorite moment of the entire season.
So what do you want Canada to take away from seeing you on this show?
The only thing I want to leave with people from this first episode is don't give up. Better things are going to happen. You're going to have those tough times. As you got to see live, I had my tough time, but it gets better. Like, don't give up, keep pushing, and smile through the way.
Mitchell and Team Clara, they'll have to keep pushing. They have to keep going because right now they are at the bottom. They need to climb up that leaderboard because remember, episode 4, that's when elimination starts. They don't want to be the first team to go home. But after episode 1, great start for Team Winnie, Team Gilmore. They're tied up top. Let's see if one of them can pull away next week. Episode 2, when the teams make their way to Alberta. That's at 8 p.m. local on CBC. And then be sure to tune in to us for CBC Sports Reacts.